Before Adagio programs can be launched from the cloud, some setup is required, first for an administrator and then for each user. An Adagio Cloud client must be installed to each workstation, which will open Adagio Manager, the entry point to Adagio Cloud. Installing this client requires the host name to be your unique site location as provided by Softtrack, and the user login information for Adagio Manager may optionally be entered for inclusion on the shortcut, which gets created on the desktop with the given description. If the client is already installed and you just want to create a new shortcut with different settings, an option exists to bypass the program installation part. Click the Install button, and when the installation is complete, a shortcut will be created with the specified properties, which can be edited if desired. When you're ready to begin, launch the Adagio Cloud shortcut. If either the login ID or password is not specified on the shortcut, they would be entered here to sign in. The Adagio Manager then loads and is ready to use. When you launch the Adagio Manager as an administrator, the window is divided into two parts. The right side of the Adagio Manager is for displaying all installed applications and the respective versions. Also, the available Adagio applications list contains different versions of programs or add-ons that you have not yet installed, or programs that you have installed but are not using at the most recent release. To install a new or upgraded application, simply double-click on the program name and enter the supplied installation password. The process will continue without any further prompts, and when complete, the installed application list will be updated, and the available application list no longer shows this program. The left side lists the company databases, with an icon for every installed Adagio program and every company. If a particular company does not have data for a particular installed program, the font color will display differently to indicate this. Right-click on any program and choose to set the color for programs with data and an alternate color for programs without data. If you maintain multiple companies, you might choose to group the icons either by company or by application, depending on the organization you require. From the View menu, select the desired grouping method. Setting up company data on the cloud is a two-step process. First, named company placeholders must be defined from the Manage menu and Companies. This shows all live data companies already created. Click the New button to create another, and enter the company name for display in the Live Data section, along with shortcuts for every installed application. The second step is to upload the accounting data from a compressed zip file on your local workstation, which can also include data subdirectories such as for storing PDF documents or other external files. Data files must have an ADB extension to be recognized on the cloud, so you may need to edit file extensions prior to creating the zip and uploading. To upload this zip file, from the Manage menu, select Upload Data. Choose the live data company name to associate, and use the Browse to locate the folder on your workstation that has the zip file. Note that while browsing, your local drive will be referenced with a mapped M drive rather than C. Click the Select Folder button to confirm your choice, and click OK to initiate the upload and file extraction. In the future, you may want to add new files to the company data, such as an updated specification form or financial statement. Instead of using the upload data procedure, this can instead be done by copying files from the Manage menu and the Cloud Explorer. This restricted Explorer only displays your uploaded company data and your local workstation drive, and an optional shared location for files saved with a mapped Z drive on the workstation. Locate the files from your local drive that you wish to individually upload. Copy them, go to the data directory numbered folders and the data subfolder, and paste them to the desired company data folder. When an Adagio application is started, the usual sign-on screen does not appear. Instead, the user ID is paired to the Adagio Manager user information, which is set up from the Edit menu and Users. This screen displays a row for every LAN pack license installed, with the Adagio Manager login information on the left side and Adagio application user information on the right side. Available appears for unused slots. To grant someone cloud access, highlight one of the available rows and click the Edit button. The Windows login code must start with your unique company prefix, and the password must be strong. Also assign the name and the Adagio user ID and password, which should be unique to each person. Click OK to save the setup. You may also choose to show or hide sample data companies, either from the View menu and Show Sample Data, or by right-clicking in the Data area and choosing Show Sample Data. Sample data is listed separately from your live data, with various selections for multi-currency either enabled or disabled, and either privately accessible or shareable with other staff. If you right-click on a program for shared sample data, you may refresh the data from the default repository based on the program you clicked. If you right-click on private sample data, you can choose to refresh either from the program sample data repository or from the shared sample data. Selecting any refresh sample data process only takes a few moments, with the status of removing or copying files displayed at the lower left of the screen. The Adagio Manager allows restricting access to particular companies or programs for each user. This is defined from the Edit menu and Restrictions, or alternatively from the Manage Companies window and the Restrictions button. Each Adagio Manager user is listed here, with expandable groups for each live and sample company data, and within each company are the installed Adagio applications. Users with nothing checked will have full access to everything. To prevent access to specific programs or company data, including sample data, select everything for which you do want to allow access. When at least one check mark is set, all unchecked companies' applications will be suppressed for that user on the Adagio Manager screen. When a user without administrator rights opens the Adagio Manager, there are fewer functions available on screen or from the menus. Only allowed companies or programs are listed, and those restricted will be hidden. Also, there is no list of installed programs, nor can you install upgrades or service packs. You may choose to group data access either by company or program, or display the sample data if you have not been restricted from doing so. Whether you are a user or the administrator, if you have any Adagio applications open on the cloud and cannot close them in the usual way, perhaps due to a technical problem, they can be terminated from the Window menu and End Application. Each program you have open is listed here, and you can select those to end the task. To open an Adagio program for a desired company, you can either double-click the appropriate icon, or you may right-click on the icon to either launch it with today's date or a different session date, selectable from a calendar display. In just a few moments, the program opens, and now you have Adagio on the cloud.